Coming to you live from Studio Day Thomas. This is post
Forbidden
Chinese buffet.
City Chinese buffet. Good afternoon.
And I'm in physical pain.
Boys and girls, my belly is full. I don't want it to be.
And listen to this. There we go. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, ready? Yeah.
Crack it.
Oh. What the heck?
Come on. There we go. That is Mountain Dew Code Red, not a sponsor, unfortunately.
I wish, per usual.
I have a Monster, but I opened it before the podcast. So.
And that is some of the best Mountain Dew.
Is that good?
That is some good stuff right there.
So do you like cream soda?
What?
Do you like cream soda?
Yeah, cream soda's pretty good.
Faygo's got the best cream soda.
Who? What? Nani?
Faygo.
Fuego.
Yeah. Commonly associated with the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they have a big Faygo endorsement.
Really?
Unfortunately, yeah. But they have the best cream soda, so... You know, sometimes... actually, I'm going to say it. I don't care what people think about, or, like, their viewpoints, or their... whatever. Like, whatever they stand for. If they make a good product, they make a good product. I'm down for it, you know? It's capitalism, baby.
Let's find out what today is.
Let's. I don't think that we did that last episode.
That's true. I forgot. I had left it out. We didn't leave out talking about childhood trauma, but... All right. Today, Thomas, it is either National Puzzle Day.
Okay.
Let's go. Oh, there's a bunch. So
I don't think I've ever actually completed a jigsaw puzzle in my life.
National Carnation Day.
Ooh. Shout out Terry Carnation.
National
Radio Rental.
Corn Chip Day.
I hope that you guys heard every bit of that.
I don't know how to pronounce that
I
word.
burped. Sorry. Excuse me. Curmudgeons?
Curmudgeons.
Curmudgeon.
Curmudgeons Day.
Which is not the same as comeuppets. Comeuppins?
No.
I don't know.
If you will.
So, right now we got Jigsaw Puzzle Day, Carnation Day, and Curmudgeons Day? Curmudgeons? Curmudgeons? Whatever you just said.
A bad-tempered old person. Especially old person. So it's just like a grouchy person.
A grouchy old man. Grouchy old man day?
Yeah, is it grouchy old man day?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, actually. Grouchy old man day. I like it.
All right. January 29th, International Curmudgeon Day.
Curmudgeon.
And if you are a curmudgeon out there, why do you hate your wife so much?
Why do you hate your wife? Email us, write us, call us. Don't call us. All right, yeah.
Because we play the boomer humor game here on this show, as you know, where we pull up Facebook and scroll down our timelines until we can find whoever finds
boomers.
the both best boomer joke, and find it the fastest wins.
Listen, I wonder.
It's a fun game.
I've seen comedians from the 50s and 60s, like on TV. Listen to them through different services.
Who would be a comedian?
They're legitimately funny. Some really solid humor.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand where boomer humor comes from. I don't understand. Are you angling that so I quit hitting your feet? Is that what's happening right now?
Partially. I'm just...
Listen, I'm sorry
I'm getting comfy, man. I'm chilling. I got Bessie.
I'm sorry that Bessie doesn't have the space to allow both of our pairs of feet to rest comfortably.
Maybe if we did it like... vertical?
Long
ways?
Long table wise? Maybe.
That would be kind of weird because I feel like
it would be a little weird.
It's fine.
But hey, Bessie stopped popping. That's the important thing.
Really? How did you do something to make Bessie stop popping?
Yes. I pushed down on it as hard as I could in hopes that would settle whatever it was.
Really?
It worked, apparently.
That's it?
Yeah.
It really has worked pretty well.
Boom.
If I don't say so myself.
You don't say so yourself.
I'm rather impressed.
This cup is right in front of the microphone. Sorry. ASMR.
No. Don't do that. That's bad. Our viewership does not enjoy the ASMR.
You don't know that.
I guess I don't.
I've quit ASMR recently. Quit doing it.
Yeah, it was really weird that you did it. Anyways.
I don't agree with you. I think that it's fine. I think we should normalize it.
It's stigmatized, brother.
There's a lot of sexual ASMR out there. If you make sexual ASMR content, please stop. Please stop giving a bad name to us that just want a little bit of relaxation, you know? But hey, I could argue that ASMR is all over the place, and you probably enjoy it and just don't call it ASMR.
Really? Like what?
Bob Ross, man. That's ASMR, bro.
I don't watch Bob Ross.
That's soft-spoken. It's like he's mixing his paints. You got the sound of the brush on the canvas and stuff. It's just like in sounds.
I don't watch Bob Ross. I've never watched a Bob Ross video.
I have really been... I think I said something a couple episodes ago. Been watching a lot of Bob Ross. Really liking that guy.
That's really just... Do you enjoy that?
Yeah. It's mostly at night.
Are you going to paint something soon?
I would like to try. You need a lot of equipment. See, here's the beauty about writing, right? So we all know that I write as a hobby, right? I was thinking about this the other day. The beauty of writing is that you can literally go to your local dollar store and you can pick up a pack of pencils or a pencil or whatever for 50 cents to $1. You can pick up a notebook for 50 cents to $1. And a pencil sharpener for 50 cents to $1. So let's say max $3. You can walk out of there, you can write a whole novel just with what you bought there. $3. You want to paint?
With pencil and paper?
Yeah, dude.
You write a novel.
Yeah.
You type novels.
I mean, you'd have to type it after you're done, yeah, I guess. But, like, you could go to the library and do that. Public computer, bro. And printers. My point is, you could write for basically nothing.
Sure.
Painting? You gotta buy paints, you gotta buy brushes, you gotta buy an easel, you gotta buy canvas. You gotta buy paint thinner, I guess, if you're doing it the Bob Ross way. A lot of stuff you gotta buy, man.
Yeah.
High level of entry.
Well, it's not for the faint of heart. Now, is it?
It is not for the faint of heart. You are
and if
correct.
it was easy, everyone would do it.
Bob Ross says everybody can do it.
Everybody can, but not everyone will.
Not everyone should.
Not everyone would.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Probably.
But hey, if anybody wants to read a poem or wants me to write a short story for you, let me know. I'll write something for you.
Oh, hit him up. He's very good.
I don't know about all that.
So,
What's up?
did you... you got yourself a little Blu-ray DVD.
Got myself a little present today. Yes, I did.
And what was that, Thomas?
I got the 4K Blu-ray of Halloween Kills.
And you had to have your age approved by a Walmart employee.
By a Walmart employee, yes, because it's an R-rated movie.
Is it unrated? Did we figure that out?
Did not figure that
Do I
out.
have to go out there and figure
I'm
it out?
going to say R.
It's going to irk me now because you just don't know.
I'm going to say R. It's R. It's R.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what is the real difference between not rated and unrated?
I don't think there is a difference.
I think there is a difference.
I don't think there
I
is.
heard someone told me once that there was a big difference.
Unrated is typically, if we're going with there's a difference, unrated movies are normally like DVD releases or Blu-ray releases that they put some of the bits in that they couldn't put in the theater. So stuff that's a little worse than R, but not quite NC-17. There is an NC-17, but hardly any movies get an NC-17. And then I guess not rated is just, I don't know what not rated is. Are you looking it up right now?
Yep.
Cool.
A theatrical version is the exact film submitted to and rated by the Motion Picture Association of America, then shown in theaters. Unrated versions contain deleted scenes that might have earned them a stricter rating if submitted to the MPAA. So unrated is scarier.
I guess. I think the scarier movies are PG-13 movies because you got to work harder at it. But I really like the Halloween movies.
It allows you to watch It allows you
You're
to
good?
watch the scenes that were removed from the main film. So it's the extended cut. I think you got the extended cut, and it's unrated.
Yeah. Well, also I'm pretty sure there's an alternate ending on the Blu-ray.
Whoa, really,
buddy?
Sorry, I smacked Betsy there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an alternate ending. They put it up on YouTube after the movie had been out for like a week or so.
Was it drastically different?
Pretty different, yeah. Actually it's very, very different because I think you know what, spoilers, never mind. I'm pretty sure it's different, but I'll let you know
Yeah,
after
this
I watch
movie's
it.
pretty new. Man, I gotta watch this movie.
It's great. Did you watch the first?
No, of course
two?
not. Never.
Okay, here's the deal. I didn't watch
Here's the deal, Lucille.
I didn't watch all of the Halloween movies, like the like it goes Halloween 1, 2, 3, Curse of Michael Myers. Actually, no, that might be 5. I'm gonna make myself sound like an idiot, but they had a lot of them back in the day, and I didn't really watch any of them. I watched the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, or I think it was 2 years ago, and then of course they redid the whole timeline. So now the only ones in the timeline are the first movie from the 70s.
Oh.
The 2018 one, and then Halloween Kills.
Okay.
And then they're going to do another one.
That's not too bad.
So as far as like the new timeline goes, I've seen all those. Love it. Fantastic. Michael
Sweet.
Myers, one of my favorites.
See, is it super chronological? Would I have to have seen the others in order to understand what's kind of going on?
Yes. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, you would.
That's too bad because I'm not doing that.
Because here's so the one from the 70s, 1978, Halloween, just the original Halloween.
Jeez.
So you watch that one, and then the 2018 Halloween picks up 40 years later because it's 40 years after, the original. But then Halloween Kills, that just came out this year, that takes place in the same night as...
Oh, really?
Yeah, the 2018 one.
Shoot.
Yeah. So like it picks up right where the 2018 one leaves off.
That's insane.
I don't know when the next one is going to pick up, but...
There's more. But wait, there's more.
They have a contract for one more movie, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll turn into more than that, but...
Thomas, do you think that you would be an axe murderer?
Like in
the
real
opportunity?
No.
What?
No. Like in real life?
Yeah.
I mean, I do pretend I'm a serial killer sometimes in Red Dead Redemption. Does that count?
I think that might have underlying issues. You should get checked out, bro.
I mean, it's video game people. It's not real.
Why are you doodling on your little notepad?
Yeah, I doodled on the cover.
I don't know. I think, what's the difference? I mean,
Between
if it's a
real
video
people?
game person, if it's a real person.
Are you one of these people that think that violent video games create violent people?
Yeah, that's got to be it.
You're kidding me right now.
Would
You're
I ever?
memeing me,
Would
buddy.
I ever be? Would I ever
You
do something
are
like that?
currently memeing.
Would I ever
to my face?
Would I ever meme somebody?
You're memeing my face right now.
You're right. I am memeing your face.
You ignorant slut.
All right. Well, we got to cut that out.
It's on The Office. It's fair game.
Now I just thought of the worst things on The Office. Actually,
is that the worst thing in The Office, you think?
No, actually, because I do know a thing that's worse.
Oh, well, we won't say that. Whatever it is.
No, I guess I can, but it's an interesting story because
Go for it.
they had earned which channel were they playing on? That they were hired by The Office? Was it CBS?
NBC?
NBC? Oh, sorry, NBC.
I don't know. I honestly can't.
They had to give one episode a different rating, and
really?
Yeah, and the episode, I think it was the episode about sexual harassment, and the line was drawn at one word. And I'll tell you what the word was after this.
Was it slut?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Stop guessing.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't. If you say another guess, I'm gonna reach across a Bessie and slap you.
Okay.
But anyways, this one word, which is you'd be like, oh, that's really silly. But that's the one that they were like, oh, we gotta
Can't have that.
Yeah. So
you're gonna tell me?
Not now. You guys can look it up. It's fairly. They talk about it on the Office Ladies podcast. I don't know if
The Office Ladies.
Yep,
podcast?
the Office
the
Ladies.
Office Ladies podcast. Not heard of it, but maybe I should check it out.
No. It's Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsley, I think is how you pronounce it. And they just talk about episodes of The Office, but
You know, that's an interesting topic though, because the way that they rate movies and things like that, it's actually pretty interesting. The stuff that warrants a more severe rating and the stuff that doesn't.
I know. It's always like, well, I guess, yeah, you would have to draw the line there, but, you know.
Like in PG-13, like they have such strict, like, guidelines.
Right.
Like you're allowed to say the F word one time.
It's one time.
Yeah, but if you say it more than... And, like, it's not just the F word. It's like, you can have so many GDs, you can have so many F words, you can have so many, like, S words, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, once, like, you get one over, all of a sudden you're in R territory.
And then unrated.
Yeah. Sure. I guess. I don't know.
The unrated is if there's no theatrical releases.
Do you think there is a word? I don't think there's a word that like would get you past an R rating. I can't think of a word bad enough.
No, it's probably less words.
Nudity is a big thing. Actually, nudity is like the thing that
I think gore
they look
is
for.
Probably a lot.
Gore too. Nudity and gore are the two.
And probably drug use and references and stuff. That does a lot, I think, too. That helps.
I don't know, man. I've seen some PG-13 movies with some pretty... Like, it might not be quite as... It might not be quite as, like, vividly depicted, I guess. But, like, I've seen some PG-13 movies that have, like, drug scenes.
All I know is that from what I have learned in my extended research that I did in the last 10 minutes...
Right.
If it's unrated and never hit the theaters like that in that form,
right? Actually,
because the MPAA would not approve
the changes or the additions,
those certain scenes.
Back in the day when I used to collect DVDs, I've always collected something in my life. It's fountain pens and watches now. It was DVDs.
Let me see your stupid pen. Give me that.
That's a ballpoint pen. It's a Parker Jotter.
I think I broke it.
It's partially broken. It does that sometimes. It's old. I think it's from the 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
I should probably stop manhandling it then.
Oh, no. That's one I don't really care that much about.
It's from the 70s, Thomas.
I know.
It's almost as old as you.
I have one in the drawer that... No. I have one in the drawer over there.
It's got a little arrow on it.
I got a fountain pen that's from 1947, I think. 1946, something like that. It's really old. Anyway, I used to collect DVDs, and I wanted to collect all of the Saw movies.
Oh, yeah. Naturally.
And they have...
As a young warthog.
They have...
I was a young warthog.
They have different DVDs. Like, you could buy the theatrical version, or you could buy the director's cut.
Yeah.
And the director's cut of each one of them was, like, 30 minutes longer.
It's probably, like...
Than the theatrical cut. It was normally only one or two scenes, like, added in. And most of the time, believe it or not, the scenes were kind of not even that important.
They were just extended.
Yeah, they were just like they would add in like a detective getting a phone call or something. Like, it was kind of stupid. But I had to have the director's cut because it wasn't. Yeah. It didn't count unless
it's like I remember those Lord of the Rings extended editions. And
those things are massive, dude.
Those rock, dude.
I still haven't watched it. Never finished it.
You've never even seen Lord of the Rings.
I know.
Oh.
Listen,
so guess who's texting me?
Who's texting? Bowser?
Yep. She's getting done, I guess.
Does that make you Mario? Is she finished saving lives today?
I think so, for the day.
So she's ending them now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to tell her to come over here.
Oh, over where? Underwear.
Over where we are.
Hey! All right. Bowser, if you're listening, come home. This isn't even live.
Where does that...
I don't know.
if you're listening out there,
come home.
We should do this live.
Facebook Live? Can you do live?
Yeah.
Can we have
We can go live on the
We're going to buy a
Instagram.
radio station.
We can go live on the Instagram, too.
On the Instagrams?
Yeah.
Email us, qualifyingpod@gmail.com if you want us to go live. We'll go live. You guys can type in some questions.
No,
I know a couple people that'll type in some questions. Our boy Steven. Shout out, Steven.
Shout out.
Boy Zalusky. Shout out, Zalusky.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Maybe we should get a Facebook account.
We do. We need one.
Do we really need one?
Well, it depends on what you need.
It's just once you cross that barrier, it's just like...
We can always delete it if we don't want it. It's a thing we can do.
Ugh. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle the metaverse. Well, I guess we're on Instagram.
Instagram.
Plus, Mark Zuckerberg might realize that we're talking about how he's a lizard.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg is quite literally...
He's not a lizard.
Have you seen that video where he was like, when I was a human, I've always been a human, when I was a young human.
I think he's just weird.
Are
you telling me that Mark Zuckerberg
weird. He's beyond weird.
starred in The Amazing Spider-Man as the lizard scientist?
Kirk Connors?
Otherwise known as Dr. Connors.
No. But Spider-Man could clap Mark Zuckerberg.
Who clap hit?
Not like that.
Oh, I didn't say it.
Like
You thought about it.
beat him in a fight.
Who's the best Spider-Man?
Who's the best Spider-Man?
Who's the best Spider-Man?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Who's your favorite?
My favorite Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Everything in me wants to say Tobey Maguire.
Wow.
I think that Tom Holland is objectively great.
I understand the question you're asking.
But I think Tom Holland is too polished, and he doesn't seem realistic enough to me. Tobey Maguire seemed realistic.
Tobey Maguire is just my favorite because that's just what I grew up with.
That's what I grew up with, too.
So
That people are going to think we're farting.
That's all
And
it
it's
is.
your phone buzzing.
Okay. I don't think that's true. I don't think...
Why did you just laugh like Popeye? What was that? The heck, man? You going to go save olive oil after the episode? What's your issue?
I am going to smack you before the day's over.
What's Bowser saying?
None of your business.
Is she saying, I love you, Schnookums?
No.
Oh, man, my stomach freaking hurts, man.
I hate you.
You don't mean that. You guys are witnessing the end. This is
that's not
This
it.
is the end of
This is only the
beginning.
beginning. We are thriving here on the Qualifying Questions podcast.
Qualifying Questions podcast.
So we've been kind of all over the place here. It's something we should figure out.
We're always all over
Honestly,
the place.
okay.
What?
Let's delve into the spoopy, okay?
The spoopy.
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
All right. You ever seen any of these like chills on YouTube? What about Nuke's Top 10s? You've seen these guys?
I hate
Slapped
Chills.
ham.
I like Chills, but I hate his freaking voice, dude. I can't.
Dogs can be quite mischievous.
Dude,
Listen,
that upturn at
He
the
does
end
it-
of every
the upturn.
single. Oh my god.
Love it. Hilarious. Chills. Nuke's Top 10 or whatever.
Nuke's Top 10's
Slapped
pretty good.
ham. All these guys. Okay.
Yeah, I see them all.
You're tracking. Shout out to them. These guys.
Shout out.
They're rock.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just.
Premium.
I don't know how
spooky
they.
content.
I don't know how they continue to come up with different titles for the same video. They should be like more ghost videos.
Top 10 ghost videos, July 2022.
Top 10 ghost videos that'll make you pee. Top 10 ghost videos that'll make you want to go home and make ramen noodles.
Listen.
Top 15 scary ghost story videos that you wouldn't want to watch at nighttime. You know what I mean?
Clickbait's an art. Clickbait is an art.
I don't think it's necessarily clickbait, but clickbait. I think it's just like they're literally videos of the supernatural, or paranormal, and it's just like they need to title it different ways because it's a different video. Anyways, Very frequently on there, we're
Sure.
and frequently on other podcasts, where people will share things like stories from their own lives, things that are real experiences.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jim Harrell's Campfire,
That's probably my favorite. Actually,
absolute beast.
my favorite spooky story, like true story podcast, is probably Radio Rental.
Radio Rental.
Did you listen to that one?
I have before because you turned me onto it, but not very nice.
I like Jim Harold's Campfire because Jim Harold's Campfire has that kind of like campfire feel. I mean, literally, it is what it says, right? Radio Rental's got better production value, and it's got a lot more editing in it.
Yeah.
So it's not quite as natural, but I think it's really good.
Yeah.
But continue,
For sure.
Continue what you're saying.
My point is, on all these formats, we hear stories that overlap, and they overlap by like what the creature is.
Yeah.
And it's the shadow people.
The shadow people.
Or the hat mans,
Sure.
the hat people.
Ladies in white. There's always a lady.
So you
in
always
white.
say the lady in white, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's dude.
But
So
the
many
shadow
ladies in
people, it's like they see it as like the darkest.
Yeah.
Of like the darkest shade of dark that they could get.
Sure.
As like a person. So I seen this TikTok the other day. Someone was just like, anyone else, see this guy when you were, a kid, trying to childhood trauma. And so they had like a couple pictures of this, like, it's basically a shadow guy with a top hat. And I scrolling through the comments because I'm like, this is the people that I've been seeing. Everybody's talking about him.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, I saw him too. And they said things like, I never realized anyone else saw him. Or I should see him out of the corner of my eye. Or in my peripheral vision. I saw him too. And I even know people. I personally know people.
Yeah.
That I've been like, yeah, I seen them. Some people say I seen him.
Whoa.
I know people who know people. Oh yeah, they said
He's easy.
that they see.
Yeah.
And Thomas,
No one.
all I'm saying is it's got to be real then. Think about it.
Let me share an interesting story with you.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure I've talked on the podcast about like the hallucination thing, right? So, a pretty common hallucination that I used to have at night. We got some LED, like those LED strips, and we put some under the bed in the bedroom, and we just have them set to like a really dim, like light blue. So now there are no shadows in our bedroom, so it hasn't really been happening lately. But before we did that, a common hallucination I would have would be like just a tall figure standing in the corner where the door is, right? So recently, Danielle started seeing the same thing, like in her sleep. She never hallucinated before in her life, like in her sleep. She just started doing it maybe the past year or so, and she's the same person. It's creepy stuff, man. Like I've never described this thing to her. Ever.
Do you think at some point, in somewhere in everyone's subconscious, I mean, it's just a shadowy silhouette?
I think so.
That then you say, oh yeah, he was wearing a top hat, and they go, you know what, that's it. But whether or not he actually was, it's so skewed in
I
the
think a
memory
lot of
and
that
the subconscious.
too is the fact that, I mean, we all grow up with ghost stories, right?
Yeah.
Ghost stories are a pretty popular part just of culture, and pretty much all the ghost stories are from the late 1800s, early 1900s, and like the lady in a gown or a guy in a top hat, like those are just such like classic ghosts.
But people were talking in this comment section about being 6 years old.
I mean, yeah.
And seeing this guy in the corner of their room.
Well, think of it though. Like you got A Christmas Carol. Like those kind of ghosts are in that. The 6-year-olds watch that all the time. You have like you have all the like different Halloween shows, like little kid Halloween shows that come on around October or whatever. We have those in them. I mean, Hotel Transylvania. Like you have ghosts and stuff like that in there. Well, actually, I don't think you do. Hotel Transylvania, but you get my point.
What do you think manifests it in people's subconscious?
I don't know.
Because they were saying trauma of some degree.
Now that's possible. I mean, I guess their angle there. We keep playing footsie on this freaking.
Not me.
Listen, I think that their point or what they're trying to say is that it's like repressed stuff. I mean, I guess it could be, but I don't know that I.
I think it's fear.
I don't know that, but I think so.
I think it's fear. Like if you fear your father figure.
I think we create it. If that's what you're saying.
You like, create it.
Yeah, I think we create it. I think we all got like some kind of fear, and when you're sleeping, we don't know much about sleep, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, we as much as we've researched it, we don't know a lot. So I don't know. I think when we're sleeping, our brain is just unpacking, all the stuff that we hold on to. And I think that our fears, we store our fears in our brain, right? Like we know what we're afraid of. So I think it's just like, I think it's a projection of our brain unpacking stuff.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I got two different routes that we could take in this conversation. One being sleep paralysis, which is a big part of when people see this figure.
I had that for the first time the other night.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I didn't have any hallucinations with it. I was scared. I just didn't know of what. It's crazy.
Couldn't move.
Yeah, couldn't move.
I think it's happened to me before, but I haven't had something in the corner of my room looking at me.
I thought that I was screaming. Like I was trying to scream for Danielle to wake me up. Like I couldn't see anything, but I was afraid. I don't know why, or what I was afraid of, but I don't guess I was screaming because she said she didn't hear anything. But yeah, no, I was awake. But
I think that's a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That happens to a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Yes. The other thing is it's in terms of our evolution.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of an apex predator that we have a shared fear of? That is that thing that our brain knows that we're afraid of.
That's an interesting take. I think I like that.
Because, we've talked about it even before here in terms of, a skinwalker.
Yeah.
In terms of, hey, there could have been an apex predator like that is so almost human that, what's it called? What is it called? Oh, man, I'm not going to...
The Wendigo?
No. When the term for... No, the term for when something is just slightly off.
Uncanny.
Oh, the uncanny valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. And... people have theories that stems from this subconscious fear of this apex predator that existed at some point in our evolutionary timeline.
All right, so let me take that. Let me twist it just a little bit. So, I think you're onto something there. Mm-hmm. But what if it's not like an apex predator from some point in evolution, but the knowledge, whether it be knowledge like what I call forward knowledge, like aware knowledge. What if it's like subliminal knowledge of another dimension, like another place, right? Ghosts or whatever.
Of another place,
like dimension or whatever, like a spiritual knowledge, I guess you would say. Just like we're aware that there's another plane of existence where maybe it's ghost, maybe it's
subconsciously we're aware.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm struggling
to understand.
And then we make if you're afraid of we don't know if ghosts are real, right? Everybody can say, oh, they're not. That it's there's no way they are. But nobody has any proof one way or another if they're real or not. And a lot of people have a lot of experiences that they believe are very real and very concrete, right? So we don't know the extent of that. We don't know the power of that. We don't know if it can hurt us, if it can kill us. We don't know if it can't touch us at all. So what if it's a fear, like an innate fear in us of the unknown, which we all have. I mean, H.P. Lovecraft, pretty much, all of his writing was about that, right? So we all have a fear of the unknown. we are all aware of ghost stories. We're all aware of like another world or another dimension or another like.
So there's another plane of existence parallel with ours.
Yeah.
So there's another dimensional path close to ours, and there's others that are
Sure.
more different than ours that are further away. But there's some, parallel with ours in our flow of time. And these things are existing in their own timeline.
Maybe.
And they're not interacting with us, but they're revealing themselves to us as our paths cross, as those timelines intersect.
Sure.
And then we're seeing that manifested, but neither plane of existence is being affected by the other. In the physical, I mean, obviously, the psychological, we're seeing this, whoa, what's that?
Sure.
And then, because we experience time
differently,
linearly.
Yeah. So that's not exactly what I was saying.
Oh yeah, I'm really trying to figure it out.
Well, like the spiritual world, like as in like when you die, you go somewhere, right? Like where you go when you die. So like maybe we haven't. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think most people believe we go somewhere when we die.
Right.
Some people believe we don't, but
in most religions around the world.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what if we have some kind of spiritual knowledge? Like, or if you subscribe to that kind of thing, if you believe in a religion or something, if you believe in life after death, then you have to believe in a different dimension, right? Because like the dead aren't here,
right?
They're not here.
That'd be another.
So they have to be somewhere, right? Because if they were just here, we'd all see them,
right?
So that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So heaven and hell, right?
Right. Yeah.
Not heaven is in space and hell is underground.
Right.
Different
dimensions, totally different. Because I think we can go up. Like we can go up into the atmosphere, into space.
Right.
We can keep going up.
We can
never get to heaven.
Exactly.
We'll never.
That's
get
not
there.
how it works.
We'll never get there. We can go down. We can dig down to the
center.
But it's
existing.
But it exists.
Parallel with us.
If you believe it, yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm after.
And we're in the firmament, if you will.
Yeah. But now, what you said though, trying to understand me, an idea popped in my head. Right? Because we talk about. Or we have talked about in the past, like string theory and like multiverses.
Oh,
and, yeah. We've kind of delved into that. What if? Because I know there's a theory out there that like time happens all at once,
right?
And just humans can't like comprehend it, so we have.
Which I was telling you about that movie Synchronic.
Yes.
The plot is based around that. The fact that
cool.
You can take this drug and then not experience time linearly, but experience it in its
true form,
holistically.
Yeah, holistic. So, I like that word.
Something like that.
But yeah, so we have to perceive it linearly.
Right. In our little pea brains.
Right, because we're tiny little things in the universe. But what you just said though, like about like another dimension existing alongside ours and us experiencing time differently and them like crossing into us and we see them and then they're back out.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think it's so much as this be.
It's not like a T,
perpendicular.
No, but like,
but it's like it's not like a perfectly straight line, right?
People
we're
would say like a thinning of the veil, right? Like the veil like gets thin so you can see and then you like part again.
I think they're veering left and right, and we're intersecting,
and then splitting back off. Yeah. So if there are other dimensions, if the multiverse is a real thing, right? And we're not talking comic book stuff, like we're talking like physics. If it's a real thing,
sure.
Then if time really exists just holistically and the way that me and you as we are now experience it linearly, all these people that are like, oh, I saw a ghost from the 1920s, I saw a ghost from the 1850s, I saw a ghost from 2005, whatever,
right?
Saying this, what if that's just another dimension, but they don't experience time how we experience it, so we see it and say, oh, 1920s, but to them it's not the 1920s, and it's just that's a place where the veil has thinned, and we've caught a glimpse, and then we're split again.
Perhaps. So would you say they're experiencing time at different
could be different
times?
Could be different rates, could be different times.
Different rates, different times.
Yeah. I mean, they could be experienced like their 1920s could be our 2010.
But they're experiencing it at a similar rate in their own minds. But
right.
If we were to go into that timeline,
be totally different.
we would be like, oh, everything's moving so fast.
Yeah, or so slow.
So moving so slow.
Well, yeah. It would just be, it's a different rate than us. The only problem with that theory, and the only problem with me talking about this, is that you do have frequent sightings in particular like areas, like certain haunted hotspots or whatever. Of course, a lot of that could just be hearsay, though. Like, people hear that stuff goes down there, and then they go stay the night, and then
that would make sense if it's a certain geographical location.
If the veil,
activity,
quote unquote, is thinner in that location for whatever reason, or but then that doesn't fit with
the currents are intersecting there more frequently.
Oh,
doesn't happen all the time.
I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. So it's not like a permanent thing, but it flashes.
And our listeners out there can't see me doing this with my hands here.
Right. It's like a wave.
But I'm doing this breaststroke type thing. Clapping my hands here.
We're getting into some deep stuff, man.
So, to the point of, to rewind it back.
Sure.
To go back to this apex predator idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Think of an ancient civilization where we're seeing these shadow people.
Yeah.
Still not real, right? But we would perceive them as more so real, as a greater threat.
Yeah. Because we wouldn't understand.
Would that be enough to establish
an evolutionary fear?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's a very real possibility. And actually, I mean, that brings up a good point, because we have like cave drawings and hieroglyphics and stuff like that that record supernatural or like paranormal activity. So like, where does it all start?
I think it starts with, I think it's just interesting because to think that now in our day and age, in the 21st century, we just like, we have somehow this more creative capacity. Not true. We just have the technology to record it and to...
Yeah.
So, I think that they had that ability to not only manifest those things in their own minds and hallucinate and be terrified of things that aren't real, but also the capacity to generate these things and imagine them and use their own creativity and write stuff down on walls. They're like, okay, this thing has to have existed because it's on a hieroglyphic.
That's also interesting, because it could just be like a short, like, I write short stories and poems and stuff for fun. Someone could have literally just been writing for fun.
There you go. And just for fun.
Yeah, and then just been like, oh, this civilization was haunted. Maybe not. maybe they're
like, just... These guys worshipped this giant cat. No.
Maybe not.
Maybe he just was like, what if I made the cat giant in my picture?
Boom. There you go. Could be artistic. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think you're totally right. You know what blows my mind? Talking about like faith and stuff like that. Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the Bible is like packed with supernatural and paranormal events, and Christians are just like, yeah, it's totally normal.
Well.
But then like, you talk about watching a horror movie or like reading a ghost story, and they're like, whoa, Tiger.
Can't be real.
Can't be real.
Well,
can't be putting that stuff in your mind.
Ghosts aren't necessarily real.
I don't think ghosts as they're portrayed in movies are real. I don't think people are coming back from the dead just to wander around.
Yeah.
But
I don't think people are really coming back from the dead a whole lot.
A whole lot. Just, on occasion.
There's that one guy.
Yeah.
Others wrote
Lazarus?
I was thinking of Jesus.
Oh, him too, yeah.
But others did rise with him.
I don't know, man. That's deep stuff.
Well,
coming out of Qualifying Pod today.
You're welcome.
This
all goes back to Courage the Cowardly Dog.
We just want you to think. Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog. We got to get a couple episodes in. Patreon, watching Courage the Cowardly Dog live on Instagram. Get our real-time reactions.
No, Courage the Cowardly Dog creative team is going to...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Can't do that. Copyright.
Track us down.
Never mind. We're not going to do that.
I don't know. Kids, man.
Kids.
They see the darndest things.
I can't remember any... I can't remember any times as a kid where I just saw something crazy. Or actually, I do remember one time. I'm pretty sure there was a guy in our backyard, and Mom and Dad just didn't believe me. But
have I told you this story about a criminal in my backyard over break?
yes, you did. I think you said it on the podcast.
Did I tell it on the podcast?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did.
That just reminded me.
That's nuts, man. Well, we like where I lived when I was a kid, West Virginia, right? So we lived on on a hill. You might almost be able to call it a mountain. It's probably a hill. Anyway,
big old mountain.
On the other side of it, there was a whole other neighborhood, a whole other street or whatever. And sometimes people would cross over the woods. Like, it was kind of a long walk, but it wasn't like so long you couldn't do it. So a lot of times, every now and then, someone would like be in the woods or like cross over the woods or something. And normally people that were just like walking around, more than likely probably up to no good, but not really like harmful people, just like your run of the mill, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just chilling, watching some TV one day, and like the silhouette of a man just like walked past the window, like in the backyard.
That's just not cool.
And I went and told Mom and Dad, and they went out and looked, and there was nobody there. I'm sure he probably like had gone out of sight by the time I went.
Probably the Hat Man.
Might have been. I don't know. I don't know, man. It was probably just somebody in the backyard. I don't think he stuck around for very long, so it's whatever. But
yeah,
it was kind of a creepy place to live when I look back on it.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Dude, when the power used to go out, that place was like, it was pitch black. And I mean, you have forest all around you, so it's just like,
yeah,
it's pretty creepy, bro. I mean, it was still technically a neighborhood, like our street had several houses on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It was really, really creepy.
Reminds me of the house I grew up in. It was very, very similar.
Yeah.
I mean, the power would go out all the time, but I mean, it was back in the woods somewhere, and
yeah. Dude, the woods are scary at night. These people that like do the bushcraft camping and all that I watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
They just like they go out and hike, and they're just like, oh, I'll stay 4 or 5 nights in the woods. No, sir. Once that sun goes down, I'm out of there.
Woods are scary.
Also, nocturnal creatures are mean.
Name one mean nocturnal creature.
Black panthers.
When are you going to run into one of those?
I don't know.
Someone said the other day, they were like, is the Pink Panther a lion? And I was like...
It actually does look like a lion a little bit.
And I was like...
No,
are you stupid?
It's a panther. It's definitely
I was like, say that again real slow.
Say it again real slow. I will tell you that... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, they were reading a meme out loud, and the meme was making fun of the person that had asked that, but they also didn't understand. So they read it, looked up with a puzzled face, and said, is the Pink Panther a lion? And didn't know the answer, and didn't understand why the meme was funny. And I was like, this is how far we've come.
I'll tell you a weird story that happened. I might have said it on the podcast already. I might be remembering something totally incorrect.
Well, some people might not have heard it.
I don't know. So me and my buddy, back in high school, we used to go... so I grew up next to my great-grandparents. And my great-grandparents owned a pretty good amount of land, like behind them up in the forest. And we owned a pretty good amount of land up in the forest. So pretty much me and my brother, like when we grew up, we had like that whole area, right? Because it's all family stuff. So me and my buddy from high school would go up and squirrel hunt sometimes, just like
naturally
after school, just something to do. And we were up there and we were walking around, and there was this like kind of flat spot up there where there was just a bunch of trees, and it was just like, it was a forest, but it wasn't like on an incline. Yeah. And this random pack of dogs just like ran by probably about 100 yards away.
That's weird.
Yeah. I don't think they were wild. I mean, I don't remember there ever being wild dogs anywhere in the woods, but it was like 6 or 7 of them, and they just like all ran by, and like there was no people around, so it was really weird.
Maybe they were sledding.
And maybe that never happened. I don't know. I don't think they were sledding. It was not in the winter. Are you okay over there, buddy?
Yeah.
Is Bowser here? Is that what you're...
No, not yet. Not yet. No.
Better tell her to watch out for turtle shells.
Bro. It's pretty funny. How long have we been going here?
I don't know, man. It's about time to wrap it up. We're getting there.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that leaves more questions unanswered than
it
any
does.
answered.
We got heavy into it this time, buddy. This
But
is one to make you think.
But all we do is ask the questions, you know?
Yeah, you guys find the answers.
These are the qualifying questions that like, in life, never be afraid
to ask questions.
Because otherwise you might not understand what's going on. And it might be one qualifying question
Here's the deal,
that
okay?
changes it all.
We are humans. And what separates humans from the rest of the animal kingdom is the fact that we can sit down and contemplate. So contemplate.
And decision make.
And decision make.
And ask and questions ask.
Questions asked. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us.
That was going really well.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We like hanging out with you.
Hasty bananas.
What?
That's like hasta la vista, but hasty bananas.
Oh, hasty bananas. All right. We'll see you next week. Or 2 weeks from now, or next month. Who knows? We'll see you next time. Bye.